Okay. Good evening to everyone. So maybe today we will discuss maximum half an hour. Okay. Uh, so first problem, actually in this problem, uh, we need to obtain product of sums. Okay. Product of sums means you know that product of sum of canonical form means PCNF. PCNF. Okay, for the following formula. But in the book, they done it by this procedure. But my suggestion, don't follow this one. Okay, if you are interested, please go through it. Why I am not preferring this method means I feel little bit this is lengthy and you can do this problem a little bit short because for example you can see here actually this is actually sum of products. So this is product, this is also what product, this is also product. So sum of product means the problem is in uh, here all the variables are here also all the variables, here also all the variables. This is in PDNF. This is in PDNF. So now you need to find what uh, PDNF of, if you take this is S. Okay, what is S here? S is P and Q and R. This is and then what? R negation P and R and Q, and then R negation P and negation Q and negation R. So actually this is in PDNF. Now you need to uh, find what PDNF of negation is. PDNF of negation is. So what is PDNF of negation is? Remaining five elements. So write, tell what is the remaining five element. I'll write, okay, you can check it, negation P and Q and R. So this one you can write, and then R, P and, sorry, that is here. Okay, this one is here. I don't write this one. So P and negation Q and R, and then P and Q and negation R, that is also not here. R negation P and negation Q and R. Okay, R, and then negation P and Q and negation R. Fourth one, fifth one, uh, P and Q and negation R. Okay. Last one is what? What is missing? I think all of them are here. Negation P, I think uh, negation P and negation Q. Okay, wow. Okay, next one more element, P and negation Q and negation R. So okay, so these are all PDNF of negation S. So now we need to find what? PCNF of S. Okay, I'll write in the next slide. PCNF of S is equivalent to negation of PDNF of S. So which is equivalent to negation of, okay, you should write again all the five elements here. Sorry. Uh, P or, okay, P and, okay. So I will write, so, okay, if any one of them tell, then I can write easily, okay. P and negation Q and negation R. P and negation Q R and R, okay. And then R, P and Q and negation R, R. Third one is negation P and negation Q and R. Fourth one, negation P and Q and negation R. And last one, P and negation Q and negation R. So, which is equivalent to, if you take negation inside, you will get what? Negation of P and negation Q R and negation of P and Q and negation R. Okay, and then and negation of negation P and negation Q and R, and then and negation of negation P and Q and negation R, and then one more term, and negation of P and negation Q and negation R. The final answer, negation P R Q. I think here should be what? And. So here R negation R and negation P R negation Q R, and then and P R Q R negation R. Okay, and then and P R negation Q R, and last term negation P R Q R. So this is PCMF. PCNF of S. So that you can verify in the last line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are five uh, expressions are here. Okay. Okay, can change. I think negation P, I think Q, okay, negation P and negation R. Negation P, okay, can see here this one, first one. Second, negation P or negation Q. This one. Next, negation R only. Negation R. Okay, here. And then third, fourth, negation Q. This one. And then negation P, the first one. So I think we have all the five terms are here. Next problem, find the PDNF and the PCNF of the formula. So here the problem is, this is the problem, PR uh, negation P implies Q or negation Q implies R. Okay, so I will take the given formula is S. Okay, this is the first step. Write the same formula here. Next, P R. This is P. Okay, consider this is P. P implies this everything is Q. So P implies Q is what? Negation P. Negation of negation P is what? P R Q. Q is what? Q R this term. But we know that again P implies Q. P implies Q is what? A negation of negation Q, that is Q R R. In the first step from here to here, we apply P implies Q, and here also we apply what? P implies Q. But here you can see here R, R, R. Everywhere you have what? R. Okay, R, R, R. So here you have what? QRR. QRR is what? Q. The first term P, R. Here what? P, R. QRR is Q, R. Q is what? Q, R, R. Now again everywhere what? R. So P R P is just a P. So P R Q R R. So this is a product of sum. Actually, this is a sum. There is I don't have any uh, product term. So that's why this is called PCNF of S. So once you got PCNF of S, you can easily find PCNF of negation S. So PCNF of negation S contains how many elements? Remaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, except this one. Okay, this is what? These 7 are what? PCNF of negation S. So now we need to find what? PDNF of S. So PDNF of S is equal to negation of PCNF of negation S. So we'll put negation means first you'll get what? Negation P and negation Q. Directly they are writing negation Q and what? R. Here and is changed into what? R. Similarly, you should do the remaining thing. So you can easily check the final answer. Okay, so here these four problems are comes for this formula. You need to find the PDNF. I will take the first problem. Negation P implies Q and Q biconditional P. So which is equivalent to P implies Q means negation P or Q. That is negation of negation P is what? P or Q. And we know that P biconditional Q, I gave two equivalent formulas. One is what? P and Q or negation P and negation Q. Another one is P R, okay, P R negation Q and then negation P or Q. I think so. Please check it. So here they are using P biconditional Q. They are using what? P and Q or negation Q and negation P. So if you write P implies Q and Q implies P, okay, using that also you can write, you can derive this one, but directly also you can write. Okay. Now here I think they are using, I just I'll write what is P biconditional Q. Okay, which is equivalent to P and Q are negation P and what? Negation Q. Okay. So from here to here, P or Q is here, and they are writing what? Q and P is what? P and Q commutative or they are taking negation outside. Usually we don't take like this. So we usually, if it is like this, we will take into the terms. But why they are taking outside? So there is a reason. If I take outside, they're applying De Morgan's law. So then you'll get what? P R Q. Okay. So now the reason is the next step they are going to apply distributive law. So consider this is what A, this is what B, this is C. Here they are using this is what A. Okay, the P or Q is A. P and B is what? B. Negation of P or Q is C. So here they are using A or B, sorry, A and B or C, which is equal to A and B or and C. So you can see here A and uh, A and B. B is what? P and Q. Or A is what? P or Q. And C. C is what? Negation of P or Q. Okay. So now the reason here you can see now this is what? PRQ and negation of PRQ. This is what? False. So that's why they are taking negation outside. Okay, and then applying, if you apply distributive law, this is what? False. Okay, this is false. Here you have what? PRQ and P and Q. Okay. Now from okay, they are doing again distributive law. So here this is A, okay, this is B, this is C. So here A equal to what? P, B equal to what? B equal to Q, okay, C equal to what? P and Q. Okay, so now A and C. What is A? P and C is what? P and Q. Or B. What is B? Q and P and Q. So the thing is we need what? PDNF means we need sum of products. So that's why I keep this product. This product is a single element. This product is single element. If I have this everywhere, what? You have what? Product. So that's why I'll keep this one is what? Single term. C. Okay. So P and this term, or Q and this term. Now P and P is what? P and then and Q are here also what? P and Q. So P and Q and P and Q is P and Q. So okay. Now I think now you got it. How to choose ABC? As I already told that. So this is what A. So suppose students sometimes they will take this is A, this is B, this is C. So in this case, what you'll get? A or Q and what? P. Okay. So that means we are not we don't get what this form. Whenever is it possible? We are they are asking PDNF. Okay. Suppose if you get here R means okay, so that means you should take what this term whole term is what a single. You should okay. Don't split this one. Okay. Now I'll go to the actually this is final answer. P and Q is what PDNF. Okay. Look at the second problem. Second problem is what P and Q are negation P and Q or Q and R. Here this is in what? You can see here, this is in DNF. If it is in DNF, the problem is very simple. Or if it is also in CNF, the problem is very simple. So if it is DNF, you need to convert into what? PDNF. The idea is what? It should introduce what? Okay, for each element, it should introduce, for example, I will write for one element, I will write P and Q, okay, so which is equivalent to, you should write what? P and Q, okay, P and Q, and then and T, okay, so this is equivalent to P and Q and T. What is missing? R term is missing. So R negation R, which is equivalent to, so this one you should keep always what? A, this one B, this one is what? C. So P and Q and R P and Q and negation R. So you'll get what? First two elements, you can check it. This element and then what? This element. Similarly, it will take what? Negation Q and Q. Okay, you should put what? Negation Q and T. So here what is missing again? R is missing. So and R, they are writing what? They are writing what? Negation Q and T. Instead of T, they are writing what? R negation R and then R. Third one, Q and R and T. This is T. What is missing here? P. So P R negation P. Okay. So now from this you'll get two expressions. Similarly, from this you'll get what? These two expression. From this you'll get what? These two expression. So totally 6. Out of 6, remove the repeated terms. So which one is repeated? Please check it. I think this one, okay, and this one, okay. These two are what? Repeated. And okay, I think these two are repeated. Okay, you can see here. I don't want to. Okay, I think the first one and fifth one are repeated, and one more thing, yeah, third one and sixth one are repeated. So two of them are repeated. Remaining we have what? 4 terms. Okay, you can write the four terms here. So this is the final answer. This is the PDNF. Okay. Third problem. P. The question is what here? P and negation of Q and R or P implies Q. So this is a problem. So first they are writing P and they are taking negation inside. Okay. So negation Q or negation R. Or P implies Q is what? Negation P or Q. So this is the first step. Second step, here and here are. So they are applying what? Distributive law. P and negation Q or P and negation R or negation P or Q. So this is a crucial step. So if they are putting here bracket, but here they don't put bracket. So the reason is, you can see here, here R, okay, if I remove the bracket, okay, you can write what? This is what? As also R. Here product term, this is also what? Product term. This itself a product, this itself a product. So that's why they removed this bracket, and they are telling this is what? DNF. This is what? DNF. Okay. So here what is missing? R is missing. Here Q is missing. Here Q and R both of them are missing. Here also P and R term missing. So they are going to introduce step by step. First P and negation Q or T. So instead of T, you can write what? What is the terms? Okay, please write. First, they are writing this term, this term. There is no change. First, they are introducing here negation T and what? T. T instead of T, what is the first term is missing? Q or negation Q. Still R we need to introduce, that we will introduce the next step. R, Q, Q and T. So first I am introducing what? P. P or negation P. So if you have any doubt in this step, you can ask me. Next, P and negation Q or P and negation R or distribute law. So from this we'll get what? Two elements. From this we'll get what? Two elements. Okay. Now totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, okay. Now, okay. They are here. That I think there is something is repeated. Please check it. P and negation Q, P and negation R. I think this is also here. I think what is repeated? Negation P and Q is repeated. I think it is mentioned here. So that's why that here negation P and Q, negation P and Q. So totally what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms are here. Now here what is missing? R is missing. So and T here I will put what? R negation R. Similarly, next R, P and negation R, and T. Here Q is missing, so that's why Q or negation R negation P and Q. Okay, and T. T here R is missing. R or negation R. Three terms are over. Fourth term negation P and negation Q and T. Here R term is missing. R or negation R, and then R P and Q and T. T is what? R negation R. Okay, now totally 5 into 2, 10 terms will come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now out of these 10, we need to check how many of them are repeated. So we need to check it carefully. Okay. Uh, remove the repeated terms. So, okay, please check it and remove the. I think here we'll get what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 8 terms. So 8 terms means so it is all possible when terms are in the present in the PDF. So that is given in the note. Since all possible midterms are present in the note, so we infer that the given statement is what? This is what? Tautology. Okay, there is no PCNF for this one. Suppose the given formula is equivalent to false means the PCNF contains all the elements, all the 8 elements. Okay, well, if it is false, then you cannot find what? PDNF. Okay, fourth one, Q or P and R and negation of P or R and Q. So first I'll keep this one as it is, Q or P and R, and apply De Morgan's law here. So negation of P or R and is changed into R and the negation Q. Next, here I think the first term as it is Q or P and R and De Morgan's law here, negation P and negation R negation Q. Okay, so once you see this one, we need what? PDNF. So here you have what? And here you have what? R, here you have what? R. and R. So then you can apply what? Extended distributive law, or you can apply distributive law two times. So that is up to you. Okay. But only thing you need to identify in this place you can apply what? Extended distributive law. So Q and the whole term, negation P and negation R. That is the first term. And then R, Q and negation Q, R, P and R, and this term, negation P and negation R, P and R, and negation Q. Now, this element, this is what? Negation P and Q and negation R. This is false. Here, this is also false because everywhere and. So P and negation P is also false. R and negation P, R is also what? False. R, P and negation Q and R. Okay. I think now the next statement, next line is something P or F is what? P. So that's why we have negation P and Q and negation R, or P and negation Q and R. So this is the required PDNF. So if you have any doubt in the previous problem, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will go to the next last top section. There are four more problems, and if possible, you can try these problems in slightly different way. Okay, so close uh, this PDF, and then you can try in your own way and try to get the final answer, and check finally whether you are getting the final answer or not. Because if you see the solution, you will not think. But initially, it is a little bit difficult. Okay, I agree. Okay, first column P and Q are negation P and okay. This is actually what? Sum of what? Product. Okay, if it is sum of product means actually this is the first column. I will go to the second method. This is the first method. I will go to the second method. So, this is a liter second method. So the given, this is the given problem. Okay. So if it is a sum of product means this is in what? DNF. Okay. Sorry, this is not in DNF. I think here they introduced and T. So okay, previous one. Okay, all right. So this itself in what? DNF. DNF. But the second term, I don't have any problem. But the first term, what is problem? Here R term is missing. That's why they are introducing what? And T. You can see here. P and Q and T. So instead of T, they are writing what? What is missing? R negation R. Okay, R. And the second term. So the original problem is what? P and Q, R, negation P and Q and R. So this is the original problem. Okay. So now here, instead of P and Q, I am writing what? And T. Instead of T, I am replacing R negation R. Okay. So now if you apply distributive law, take this is what? A. The everything is A. This is what? B. This is what? C. So you'll get two terms, A and B, or A and C. So this term. So totally you have what? Three terms. So now this is in what? PDNF. Sum of products. I'm getting what? PDNF. Now the original question is we need to find PCNF. So first to find PDNF of what? Negation is. The remaining five elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should write carefully. Okay, and then PCNF of S is nothing but what? negation of PDNF of negation is. So using that idea, you can find PCNF. But the first method is, I feel that is a little bit lengthy. Okay, so if you are interested, you can try. So actually, they are. I think they try to get what uh, PCNF from CNF. Maybe I think so. Just I will check it. So this is a given problem. Okay, they are applying distributive law. So okay, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. So A, R, B, and then and A, R, uh, this C, that is Q, and A, R, A, this is A, okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, if you apply, you will get these terms, three terms. So A, R, B, and what? A, R, C, and then and A, R, D. Okay, now again they are applying distributive law because and R, and R. So totally six elements they will get. One, two, three, four, five, six. So now P or negation P is what? T, and negation P or Q, and P or Q, and Q or Q is Q, and P. I think there is some mistake here. This is what? P or R. Here this is a mistake. This should be what? This should be R. This should be R. Okay. Okay. So this should be R. And then and Q or R. Okay. Next negation P or Q or oh yes. Now this is in what? CNF. This is CNF. Because why this is CNF? The reason is this is what? Product, here product, here product, here product, here product. So sum எங்க இருக்கு? This is sum, this is sum, this itself is sum, Q itself is sum. This is also what? Sum, because this is a typo. This is a sum. So now they are introducing the variable one by one to get what? PCNF. But this is lengthy. So that's why I prefer this method. Okay, second problem. So in this problem also, this is in what? CNF. So CNF means what? Product of sums. So then directly you can get easily what? PCNF. So to find PCNF, what you need from CNF is put what? RF. So first term RF. Here what is missing? R term is missing. So R F R and negation R. And then and this is what? Negation P R R. And then R F. Here what is missing? Q term is missing. So Q and negation Q, and Q or negation R F. So P term is missing. So P and negation P. So 1, 2, 3. So totally 6 elements are on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. Out of 6 elements, remove the repeated elements. Finally, I got 5 elements. So this is the PCNF. Okay. So the next problem. Okay. PR negation of Q or R, P and Q and negation R and P. Okay, so we'll check it how they are doing. So here PR apply De Morgan's law. So negation Q. I think again a mistake here. This should be what? And this should be and the negation R. I think everywhere here what? And so P and Q and negation R and P. Okay. Now, mm, okay. I think and okay. Now they are doing here. This is they are taking what sum of product. That means sum of product means they consider this is what DNF. Okay, this is what DNF. Why this is DNF means here you have what product. Okay, this is also mistake. I told that this is not sum. This is what product. This itself a product. This P itself a product. So here you have what sum. This is a product. This is also a product because this is a mistake. This itself a product. Okay. Now here in P, I think we need to introduce Q terms and R term. They will introduce one by one. So P and okay, so P and T. So instead of this is equivalent to what? P and T is what? Q or negation Q. So that's why they wrote here P and Q or negation R. Or here they written correctly. Negation Q and what? Negation R. Okay. And then they keep as it is. There is no change here. Or this is nothing but everywhere you have and so P and P is P. So P and Q and negation R. Okay. So now from the first one, apply distributive law. So P and Q or P and negation Q. You'll get two terms. This one keep as it is. This one keep because I don't have any problem here because I have all the three here. But here I have only two. Here I have only two. Here I have what? Only two. So again, I am going to use the same rule and T and T. So if I use and T here and T, what is missing? R term is missing. So R negation R and then R and then P and negation Q and T. What is missing? R term is missing. R negation Q and negation R and then and T. This is T. Here what is missing? P term is missing. So P or negation P. The last one I have everything. So P Q R, the R term is here. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 into 2, 6 plus 1, 7 terms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to apply distributive law. So that's why for each term you'll get two terms if you apply distributive law. So out of 7, remove the repeated terms. You'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is what? PDNF. So next you should write what? PDNF of negation is. So that contains three elements. So after that, PCNF of S is nothing but negation of PDNF of negation is. That's all. Last problem. So here the problem is here P implies Q and R and negation P implies negation Q and negation R. Okay, so look at here. We need actually product of sum. So here I have product. P implies Q. You can write what negation P or Q and P implies Q. Again, apply negation P or Q. So here and இருக்கு and இருக்கு R இருக்கு R இருக்கு. Suppose if you apply extended distributive law here, okay va? So what you'll get negation P and P R. So that means you will get a DNF. Okay va? So no problem. Even if you apply extended distributive law, you will get what? DNF. From DNF, you should get what? Suppose I'll write here. Okay, negation P and P. Okay, and P. I think this problem and the fourth problem in PDNF are same. I think so. P implies Q and R. Look at this one. I'll go to the fourth problem in the. I think not fourth problem. Maybe I saw somewhere else. Okay. It's okay, no problem. Okay, if I try like this, what happened? So if I apply, suppose if you apply extended distributive negation P and then R, negation P and negation P and negation Q, negation R, okay, R, Q and R and P, R, Q and negation Q and what? Negation R. So from this, this is false. Okay, here what you'll get? This is equivalent to negation P and because negation P and negation P is what? Negation P. Uh, okay, I think negation Q are there because external distributor negation P and P negation P and negation Q. Okay, negation Q and negation R. Yes. Then okay. Now this is equal to negation P negation Q or negation R. R. This is what? P and Q and R and then R. R. What you will get here? This is false. False and the negation R is false. Okay. So that's why I also don't get this term. Okay. Now this is actually PDNF. Sorry. Yes, PDNF. This is PDNF. So now PDNF. So negation of PDNF of negation S contains what? Six elements. So you need to write six elements. And then PCNF of S contains also six elements. You can check it. One, two, three, four, five, six. So this is another method. Okay, this is another method. Suppose if you apply extended distributive law, still you can get it. First thing you can get it PDNF and then you can find what? PCNF. Okay, suppose okay instead of applying extended distributive law, if you apply here distributive law, okay, that is what negation P or Q and negation P or R, and again apply distributive law P or negation Q uh, and P or negation R. Now look at here. This is actually what? Product of sums. Product of sum. So this is in CNF. This is in what? CNF. So CNF and how to get PCNF, you know that. So you should put what? RF. Here what is missing? R and R term is missing. And negation P R F. Here Q term is missing. And then and P R negation Q R F. Here R term is missing. And P R negation R F. Here Q term is missing. So totally 4 into 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terms are you are getting by applying distributive law. Out of 8, write only the non-repeated terms. Remove the repeated terms, you will get 6. So this is another method I told that. Okay, from this if you apply if you apply extended distributive law, okay, you will get what? Negation P and P or negation P and negation Q and okay, negation Q and negation R, can put bracket also, and then Q and R or Q and R and P, okay, or Q and I think I done the mistake here. Okay, what is the mistake? Here it should be okay. This is correct. Here Q and R and negation q and negation r, close bracket. So this is, we know that false. Okay, this one negation p and negation q and negation r I wrote. This is what p and q and r. So again everywhere here what and, so q and negation q is what false, r and negation q is also false. So false or p is what p. So this is in pdf sum of product. Okay, so this is the last problem, and then I gave some of the problems, practice problem. Okay, 4 problems I gave with the answers. You can try. So if you have any doubt, you can ask to me. Otherwise, we'll meet tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to take inference theory. I'm going to start. I will inform you the time. Probably I will take around 10:30. I will inform you through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.